afternoon. A very warm welcome to Game On. I'm Meha Bhardwaj-Alter, and after 9 games in the IPL, all the teams have a 100% record at home. Will it continue tonight as Royal Challengers Bengaluru take on Kolkata Knight Riders at the Chinnaswamy Stadium? Let's set that game up for you. RCB versus KKR. This rivalry is iconic. It all started 16 years ago in the very first game of the league. Brendan McCullum's unbeaten 158 in that game has been imprinted in this rivalry's folklore. Then there was the 49 all-out, Dre Russ going berserk, and the epic Gambhir versus Virat Kohli rivalry. There's so much to look forward to, especially since Gambhir is back with KKR as their mentor, and fans on both sides will want to know who has the upper hand by the end of this evening. With that in mind, let's see how these two teams line up in this season with the games that they have played so far. RCB have played 2 games, already having won 1 against PBKS at home and losing to Chennai Super Kings in Chennai in the league season opener. While Virat Kohli has silenced his critics with a brilliant 77 in the last game, this encounter will be about how he tackles Mitchell Starc and Sunil Narine tonight. 24.75 crore is what Kolkata Knight Riders shelled out for the left armour. And after getting hit for 54 in his 4 overs in the first game against Sunrisers Hyderabad, Starc will want to recover from that poor performance. And what could be better than getting Virat Kohli's wicket early tonight? RCB is largely dependent on the big 3. And after Kohli's heroics in the last game, Captain Faf du Plessis and the big show, Glenn Maxwell, they will be eager to get some big innings under their belt. RCB will also be happy with Dinesh Karthik's form after he played a match-winning cameo against Punjab. And if Bangalore wants to go deep into the tournament, Karthik, the finisher, is vital to their plans. While RCB's top order is settled, KKR will need to figure out who their long-term opening pair will be. They kept changing their openers till the very end of the tournament last year, and that cannot be the case this season if they want to make it to the playoffs. It was under Gambhir in 2017 that Sunil Narine started opening for Kolkata Knight Riders, and it turned out to be a masterstroke for Kolkata. But over the years, his batting form has dipped drastically, and given how crucial power play overs are, it's a big punt to open with the Caribbean veteran. Let's also not forget Narine's weakness against the short ball, and with 2 bouncers allowed per over, how he fares against the faster bowlers. That'll be something one needs to watch out for. While Narine, the opener, may not be the best choice for Kolkata Knight Riders, Narine, the bowler, is key to them doing well this season. He will be playing his 500th T20 match today, and with 536 wickets, he is the 3rd highest wicket taker behind Dwayne Bravo and Rashid Khan in T20s. Narine not only takes wickets, he's also a champion in containing the runs. In the first game versus Sunrisers Hyderabad, as bowlers around him were being smashed for runs in a chase of 208, Narine ended up with figures of 1 for 19 in 4 overs without being hit for a single boundary. That's how good he was. While RCB batters will be making their plans against Narine, what about Bengaluru's bowlers? How will they keep Andre Russell quiet? Muscle Russell turned back the clock against Sunrisers Hyderabad with a jaw-dropping innings of 63 of 25 to power Kolkata Knight Riders to 208. And if he is in similar mood tonight, RCB bowling led by Mohammad Siraj will be put under pressure. Let's also talk about the pitch. The pitch in Bengaluru in the last game was not a flat batting track. It was sticky and it was tough for the batters to put away bowlers with ease. Harpreet Brar especially was troubling the RCB batters. Now, if the deck plays the same, KKR are likely to be in a much better position than Bengaluru, given KKR's more experienced spin attack of Narine, Varun Chakravarti and Surya Sharma. That might just turn out to be the point of difference tonight. Let's also talk about how these two teams match up against each other. Kolkata and Bengaluru have played 32 matches in between them, with KKR being slightly ahead by 18 to 14 margin. But more importantly, while playing at the Chinnaswamy Stadium, Kolkata Knight Riders fare better than Bengaluru and have won 7 matches out of a total of 11 played between the two sides. Now, the trend of home teams winning in IPL 2024 continued for a ninth consecutive match in a row as Rajasthan Royals defeated Delhi Capitals by 12 runs at the Savai Mansingh Stadium in Jaipur last night. The win keeps Rajasthan at second place on the points table with 2 wins in a row, while Delhi remains winless after 2 matches to sit at 8th position on the leaderboard. Having been asked to bat yesterday, Rajasthan found themselves in early trouble with Yashasvi Jaiswal, Jos Buttler and skipper Sanju Samson, all back in the dugout inside the 8 overs. But the men in pink found their hero on the day in Riyan Parag, who smashed his highest IPL score of 84 not out from 45 balls, including 6 sixes and 7 fours. An innings that pushed RR's total to 185 for 5 in 20 overs, which they were able to defend despite a brief scare at the death as Tristan Stubbs threatened to get Delhi across the line before Avesh Khan bowled a terrific final over. Clearly benefiting from a successful domestic season with Assam and relishing the chance to bat at number 4, Parag took the Rajasthan innings deep with the intent on finishing strongly. At one stage, 26 of 26 balls as he tried to lay the base for a recovery, the 22-year-old reached his 3rd IPL half-century and then ended with a flurry of boundaries to finish on a career-best score of 84 from 45 deliveries. Helping the team's cause with useful cameos were Dhruv Jurel, who got 20 of 12 balls, and West Indian Shimron Hetmeyer with 14 from 7. For Delhi Capitals, the standout bowlers were Akshar Patel, who conceded only 21 runs from his 4 overs for the wickets of Ravichandran Ashwin, who hit 3 sixes in a handy knock of 29 of 19 balls, and left-arm pacer Khalil Ahmed with 1 for 24 in his 4 overs. Set a stiff target to win their first game of the season, DC were given a decent start by their Australian openers David Warner and Mitchell Marsh. Marsh looked good during his brief stay at the crease, which saw him make 23 of 12 balls before he was bowled by Nandre Berger in the 4th over. That wicket was quickly followed by the dismissal of Ricky Bhui for a duck, bounced out in the same over by South African quick Berger. Warner used all his experience to anchor Delhi's chase with a solid innings of 49, which contained 5 fours and 3 sixes, but his untimely dismissal to Avesh in the 12th over proved a setback for the visiting team. Rishabh Pant made 28 of 16 balls without really managing to show his full range, and when he was caught behind by Samson of Yuzvendra Chahal, the score was 105 for 4 in the 4th over. From here, South African batter Stubbs kept the chase alive by hitting 3 sixes in his unbeaten 44 of 23 balls, taking a special liking to Ashwin's off-spin. Stubbs was dropped off Ashwin's bowling by Trent Boult, a moment which DC fans would have seen as a big chance for their team in a tough chase. But Avesh returned at the death to bowl 2 very good overs. He conceded 9 runs off the 18 balls. Even as Stubbs was looking ominous, and then successfully he defended 17 of the last 6 balls in a nerveless display of bowling. Delhi thus remain winless, while RR are 2 for 2 so far. Now, the revelation for Rajasthan Royals this season has been 22-year-old Riyan Parag, who currently sits at 2nd place on the tournament run table with 127 at a strike rate of 171, which is 49 more runs than he managed in the 2023 IPL season. Parag showed glimpses of a new approach in RR's opening match against Lucknow Super Giants when he scored 43 of 29 balls, but it was yesterday's knock that has made people sit up and take notice. This is Parag's 6th season of the IPL, and all with Rajasthan, for whom his most successful year remains 2022, when he made 183 runs at an average of 16.64 with a strike rate of 138.64. But the way that Parag has started in IPL 2024, he looks destined to surpass that. Previously used primarily in the lower middle order by RR, for this season the team management has batted the youngster at number 4 and the results have been good. This has plenty to do with Parag having a successful domestic season for Assam, in which he finished as the leading run getter and the highest 6-hitter of the Deodhar Trophy, a 50 overs competition, followed by a breakout Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy. In the Deodhar Trophy, Parag scored 2 centuries while narrowly missing out on a third and averaged 88.5 while striking it over 136. During the Mushtaq Ali Trophy, he amassed 510 runs at a strike rate of almost 183 and reeled off 7 consecutive half-centuries. After his Player of the Match performance in Jaipur on Thursday, Parag revealed how RR's Director of Cricket, Kumara Sangakkara, told him that he liked what he had seen of his batting in the build-up to IPL 2024 and that the management wanted to test him out at number 4. So far, the move has paid off, with yesterday's innings highlighting Parag's maturity and six-hitting ability. Tasked with reviving the innings from 36 for 3, following the loss of RR's top 3 batters, Parag was at one stage 26 from 26 deliveries before he scored 58 from his last 19 balls faced. Having made his way to 59 of 39 balls at the end of the 19th over, Parag then launched a stunning assault on Anrik Nokia as he hit the South African pace bowler for 3 fours and 2 sixes in an over that cost 25 runs. Now imagine that not only did Riyan Parag play a superb knock, he did it while being on antibiotics and not being fully well. Yes, Parag had severe dehydration and fever for the last 3 days before the game and could not connect the ball at training on the match eve. He revealed that he was not well for the last 3 days and that he had to take painkillers to recover in time for their IPL match. He was weak and he was cramping, but come the match day, he smashed a brilliant 84 not out. Parag had to say this in the post-match presentation. He said, and I quote, "I've had to work very hard. For the last 3 days, I was in bed, sick. I just got up with painkillers and could manage today. I'm happy for myself." Now, Parag also spoke about how there's been a lot of practice that has gone on behind the scenes that has resulted in this knock. He spoke about his batting and what he's been working on. He said, and I quote, "I've always have my options ready on both sides of the wicket. That's what I've been working on lately. And I just back myself. I know I've got the power and the strength to dig out Yorker balls or even hit sixes off the short balls. So I'm just backing myself. And whenever it comes, I am going to hit a boundary. Sometimes it does work out and sometimes it doesn't." Now, despite his talent, Parag struggled to live up to the expectations and had underwhelming numbers to show in the last few seasons of the IPL. But his hard work paid off as he hit his highest IPL score. And Parag's performance also left his captain, Sanju Samson, impressed. He said, and I quote, "Riyan Parag has been a big name in the last few years. Wherever I go, people ask me about him. There is something very special he can give to Indian cricket." Now, during Parag's innings, Suryakumar Yadav, the top-ranked batter in T20Is, took to social media to single out Parag, whom he met at the NCA not long ago, and he tweeted this. He said, "Met a guy at NCA a few weeks ago. He came with a slight niggle, completely focused on his recovery and with great discipline working on his skills. And I was not wrong to tell to one of the coaches there, he is a changed guy. Riyan Parag 2.0, watch out." Okay, we're going to slip into a short break, but on the other side, Avesh Khan's incredible over that made sure Rajasthan Royals won against Delhi Capitals. That and more when we return.
Luxury is now becoming a need rather than something that you aspire to be. So that is adding a lot of fuel. Obviously, government has played a vital role in it.
In a city like Mumbai, a luxury home may be something upwards of rupees 10 crores. In city like Delhi, again, maybe something upwards of 8-9 crores. But in Bangalore, we typically define a luxury home, anything which is upwards of about 3 crores.
It's a combination of increased wealth, availability of more luxurious homes, and simultaneously the overall economy doing better.
Welcome back. Now, while Parag's match-setting innings was spectacular on its own, there was one RR bowler who stood up to be counted in the face of adversity. Avesh Khan had gone for 10 runs in his first over before he picked up David Warner for 49, thanks to a smart diving catch by Sandeep Sharma at short third man. Later in the second innings, as Tristan Stubbs took the chase deep to keep DC's hopes alive, Sanju Samson went back to Avesh for the 18th over. The 27-year-old did well to concede just 9 runs and then found himself handed the ball for the last over of the match, even though RR skipper Samson had 1 over of Trent Boles to utilise. And on a night in which every move taken by Samson paid off to Punjab. And this trend continued as LSG in their season opener. RCB, who won over PBK at the points table so far. Last year's champions, Chennai Super Kings, they are at the top of that points table with 4 points, having won 2 of their 2 matches, but they have a superior net run rate from Rajasthan Royals, who've also won 2 matches and have got 4 points, but they are in the number 2 spot. Sunrisers Hyderabad, they are in the 3rd position. Sunrisers have won 1 and lost 1. Then along with Sunrisers Hyderabad, there are Kolkata Knight Riders. They have just played 1 and they won that, and they're going to be playing RCB tonight. They're in the 4th position. And then Punjab Kings, they have won 1 game, which is again at home against Delhi Capitals, and they are in the 5th spot. Let's take the second half of the points table. Royal Challengers Bengaluru have won 1 and have lost 1. Gujarat have won 1 and lost their first game. Then there is Delhi Capitals, Mumbai Indians and Lucknow Super Giants still yet to win a game. Moving on to Formula One, 4-time Formula One champion Sebastian Vettel had an endurance test driving the Porsche for 118 laps over 581 kilometers, which is equal to almost 2 F1 Grand Prix distances. Can he be seen now driving a Porsche at the World Endurance Championship in June? Well, his fans surely hope so.
Four-time Formula One champion Sebastian Vettel of Germany is gearing up to be on the wheels of World Endurance Championship vehicle. The German motorsporting driver successfully tested the Porsche 963 in Aragon, Spain. Speculation is rife that Vettel could be a part of the Porsche team for Le Mans 24-hour race in June.
Been watching other series. I know a lot of drivers that race in WEC and Le Mans, so I've always with one eye sort of followed last year a little bit more for the first time, and yeah, I guess I was just curious how a car, how that type of car, how a hypercar feels, and here I am trying to get an impression myself.
Vettel, who won the F1 title 4 consecutive years from 2010 to 2013 for Red Bull, completed 118 laps of Motorland Aragon over a total of 581 kilometers in his first drive of the Porsche hybrid prototype. So how was this experience?
Just got out of the car for the first couple of stints and really enjoyed to have more time in the car to get used to everything, and obviously it's quite a bit different to what I've done in the past, but good fun so far.
Porsche have not announced their driver lineup for the prestigious race at the French circuit on June 15th and 16th. However, they plan to enter 3 cars for the race, which they last won in 2017. The team has started the season well, winning the opening round of the WEC Qatar earlier this month.
Okay, time for us to wrap this show up. But if you're wondering how much it'll cost you if you were to rent a flat in Paris during the Olympics, this story is for you. Many Paris residents are now planning to move out of the French capital during the Olympic Games this year. Yet they are upgrading their flats for some rental incomes when thousands of visitors will be in Paris for the games.
How much? Many Parisians will be leaving the city when the tidal wave of visitors hits the French capital in late July, taking the opportunity to make some extra cash by renting out their homes.
From what I understand, there will be a lot of people in Paris. Plus, it is hot in Paris during this period. Getting around will be a little more difficult, and it will be a bit more complicated to be in the city. I prefer to be where there are fewer people and where it's calmer.
€330 per night is quite a price jump. In April, Carsen's one-bedroom apartment will be rented out for €90 a night. The flat is conveniently situated near a beautiful park, and it takes only 30 minutes to walk from Parc de la Villette, where several delegations will have their team houses during the games. Kazan will get around 45% of the nightly fee he'll make after deducting accommodation operator Airbnb's cut, taxes, and cleaning costs.
If it's rented during the whole Olympics period, that's more than a month's salary that will arrive on its own.
Airbnb have said Paris 2024 will be the biggest event in Airbnb's history. Paris, however, has strict rules on private renting. Owners are allowed to rent out their apartments for a maximum of 120 days a year.
जानना है तो देखिए, समझना है तो सुनिए, सीखना है तो पूछिए, और कमाना है तो खरीदिए। जानकारी, सलाह और निवेश सब एक ही सुपर ऐप पर। पैसे का सवाल है तो जवाब है मनी9। आजादी पैसे की। अभी डाउनलोड करें।
There's a new video around what deepfake can do.
We have seen a trailer of this a few days back.
Rumors should not be only on the platform.
We'll have to wait and see how those play out.
Hindenburg's report cannot be taken as gospel of truth.
Currently, the industry is facing a lot of challenges as far as demand is concerned. Basically, the US markets has slowed down because of high inflation.
So obviously, diamonds being a dream product, something which doesn't have a utility value or is seen as a luxury. So that obviously goes off your shopping list. That's the first item that will go off your shopping list, especially in recessionary trends.
That lab-grown diamonds are not mined, and they do away with the entire mining. So they save up on all the environmental damage that is associated with mining, and of course, the mining cost, which is why they're even more affordable.
People that is impacted by all these recessions are the artisans, are the people who work in this industry, right? But I think lab-grown diamond has allowed them to actually use their skills in the same product.
This and more, streaming on world's first news OTT, News 9+. Download now.
Luxury is now becoming a need rather than something that you aspire to be. So that is adding a lot of fuel. Obviously, government has played a vital role in it.
In a city like Mumbai, a luxury home may be something upwards of rupees 10 crores. In city like Delhi, again maybe something upwards of 8-9 crores. But in Bangalore, we typically define a luxury home, anything which is upwards of about 3 crores.
It's a combination of increased wealth, availability of more luxurious homes, and simultaneously the overall economy doing better.
This and more. Streaming on News 9 Plus. News is now content. Subscribe and get free vouchers.
Hello and a very warm welcome. Thanks for tuning in to News 9 Live. I'm Kabir Naqvi. You're watching this special broadcast of top stories from our studios here in the national capital. Some cracking developments that we do want to share with all our viewers. But before that, to catch the news pulse of the day, our segment Fast News on your screens up first. And take a look at this. Mukhtar Ansari's death is turning out to be as controversial as his life. Was he poisoned or did he die of a heart attack? Now, according to the Chief Minister's office, his autopsy has confirmed that he did die of a heart attack and his remains have been preserved at the moment. However, his family has been claiming that he has slowly been poisoned in prison, claims that have been denied by the prison authorities. His son Umar had written to Banda District Magistrate requesting that the autopsy be carried out at AIIMS in the national capital, as the Ansari family doesn't really trust Banda's medical system. Let's hear in on Mukhtar Ansari's last conversation with his son as well. With heightened security measures across the state, Ansari's death occurring weeks before the Lok Sabha elections is expected to reverberate throughout the Purvanchal belt, where he wielded influence as both a gangster and a politician. Just like other figures in the region's murky politics, Ansari's legacy is marked by criminal allegations, including the high-profile murder of former BJP MLA Krishnanand Rai in 2005. And amidst condolences from political figures, controversy swirls around Ansari's demise, with calls for investigations into his treatment in jail and concerns for the safety of other political figures as well. Meanwhile, of course, tributes have been pouring in. Political parties and politicians have been reacting to his passing away. Of course, the Ansari family at this point in time distraught, alleging foul play behind prison bars. Let's listen in to, of course, some major stakeholders here, of course, some politicians and some members of the Ansari family.
जब किसी भी डिसीज के फैमिली मेंबर कोई बात कहते हैं तो उसको आपको सीरियस लेने की बहुत जरूरत है। और अगर आप देखेंगे सुप्रीम कोर्ट में भी वो लोग गए थे, जिसमें उन्होंने इस एप्रीहेंशन का इजहार किया था उस फैमिली ने कि उनको प्रिजन में ही मार दिया जाएगा, कि कोई अंदर आएगा। और फिर सुप्रीम कोर्ट को उत्तर प्रदेश की सरकार ने ये बताया कि उनकी हिफाजत की जाएगी, उनकी जान की। और जब उनकी फैमिली कह रही है कि उनको स्लो पॉइजन दिया गया है जिसकी वजह से उनकी मौत हुई है, और उनके बड़े भाई जो एमपी हैं वो ये कह रहे हैं कि जिस जेल से अस्पताल को लेकर गए वहां पर वो कंसर्न डॉक्टर्स नहीं थे जो पॉइजन उनको दिया गया, और उसके बाद उनको फौरन एक दिन के अंदर या 2 दिन के अंदर वापस हॉस्पिटल जेल भिजा दिया गया, जिससे उनकी मौत वाकई में हुई है। तो मैं ये चाहूंगा कि इसकी एक सही तरीके से इंडिपेंडेंट इंक्वायरी हो, और जो फैमिली कह रही है उसको सीरियस लेने की जरूरत है। ये दूसरा ऐसा वाकया हम देख रहे हैं कि कन्विक्टेड प्रिजनर को जुडिशियल कस्टडी में उनकी मौत हुई है।
हमने तो लिख कर दिया है कि दिल्ली एम्स के डॉक्टरों से कराया जाए। हमें यहाँ की चिकित्सा प्रणाली और शासन प्रशासन पर विश्वास नहीं है। वो सोशल मीडिया पर भी है और मीडिया को भी हमने मुहैया करा दिया। आप लोग को सब पता है कि क्यों मैं ऐसा कह रहा हूँ। पंचनामे की सारी चीजें हो गई हैं और अब डीएम साहब को फैसला करना है, देखते हैं क्या फैसला। लेकिन हम लोगों पर जो बीत रही है वो हम लोग ही जानते हैं, लेकिन हम लोग अल्लाह पर ईमान रखते हैं और हमें पता है कि जिंदगी और मौत का मालिक अल्लाह है। तो अल्लाह ने वक्त लिखा है तभी पूरा हुआ है। 1-2 दिन के बाद जब तदफीन हो जाएगी तब इसके बारे में हम लोग न्यायपालिका से उम्मीद करेंगे